Welcome back, my friends. Today we're going to start FLEXBOX. We are going to learn how to create or to make layouts very easily with FLEXBOX, because FLEXBOX is not that easy to learn because it covers two concepts, so container and elements inside that container. So we will need to, or as they mentioned, items. So we will need to find a balance between them, how to distinguish them, what to do with them, how to apply different stylings or CSS Flexbox properties. But before that, before starting Flexbox, I'm just going to create here in HTDocs, I'm just going to create a new folder called Flexbox. But this, maybe we're not going to cover too much here today class because we're going to create a couple of things. And you will be master at the end of this course. So Flexbox, inside here, create a new folder called CSS and new file called index.html, or just call it as you want, right? And so here, exclamation mark tab, and it will give me that one. Flexbox, I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna link that style sheet, CSS and style.css, and I haven't created this part. And let's just copy that one. New file, styles, CSS. Here we will put our styles. And let's fire this baby. Also, I have UI gradients. I'm going to use colors for this one. All right. And what else? So let's fire this baby. So fire Flexbox. And we are there. Now we're going to do basic reset HTML like this. By the way, you can use the same one of CodePen.io, right? You can use create your username and password, and you can use this one, start a new project, and you can create here. You can practice without creating my folders and stuff like that. That's very useful. I'm not going to use it. Maybe I'm going to use it later, but I'm not going to use it now. And the good thing that is having it says inside you can also write a CSS or SAS. So that's a very good. That's a plus. So we still haven't started learning in our course CSS and SAS. So here I'm just gonna quickly do border box and font size. I will put a font size of 16 pixels, about 156. I'm not gonna go through much of this. What else we need to make it before and after as well, right? So this is a basic resizing. I'm telling what to do. Box sizing it should be inherit. That's it. And what else we need here? I will say body, margin 0, padding 0. That's it. Font weight, normal. That's with the resizing. And here I'm done. Now, I'm going here, and in the body, I'm going to have container class. What else? Container. So inside the container, I will have, let's say we will create 12 elements. And let's say dot container elements times 12 and tab. That will give us 12 elements. I'm just going to comment some of them. Let's put it 5 like this. I'm just going to comment some of them because I'm not gonna use them all at the moment. Element 2, element 3, element, come on, element 4, and element 5. Remember, they do have same class here. What I can do is I can put element 1 like this. I'm just gonna copy this part here, make a space, paste them, and change them. Actually, not everyone to 3, not to 2. So let's say I have 5 elements. So save it now, refresh, here they are. Now let's style this container first. Because we are going to use container and items inside, I'm just gonna say that container, let's put height of that container 800 pixels for now. Let's say background color, and let's use this color E6D. Oops, what I've done, ED or E6, right? Sorry, E6D ADA. Nice. It's gonna be like a gray color a little bit. Very good. Also, what we can do is, we can do a lot of things actually, but we can we can add border, and let's say 5 pixels solid, and I'll put salmon because that was the first color that I saw. So here is the border. So now because it's 800 pixels, if we remove the height, it will be the height of the elements, right? Nice. Oh, I didn't remove it actually, but there was a mistake there, and that's why that happened. So that's pretty much it for this one. Now, I need to style the what? I need to style just the container elements like this. Container elements, and let's put it here. Also, we can apply padding on the, like padding 15 pixels. Padding inside the container. Let's refresh. Here it is. The padding is applied. The height is working. Now let's put some like color. We're not gonna put color here. Maybe we're gonna put color, but first one, just let's say background color. Let's put a color, and then after that we're gonna change them because I have the modifiers here. I can use this part and style each element individually. And this one, the block, the container element, I'm gonna use for general styles, to apply general styles to the same. And everything will be, every style that we're gonna use is gonna be same for all of the elements, right? I'm sure that you're following me. So F2709C. Don't worry, I'm not super intelligent or smart. I've used this color before. That's why I know. Now if I do this, here it is. We all have, but because we don't have any margin paddings, that's why it's happening like that. But we're gonna change this color, and let's put a padding of 30 pixels. Very good. Margin 20 pixels. Very nice. Let's color of the text, put it to this one, same as the background. Very good. Let's refresh. Here it is. This is what we have at the moment. Let's also increase the font size because this one, the font size is not working for us, right? So let's put it like a 40 pixels. Maybe that is even big. 35. Let's put it 35. So now everything is very cool, nice. So if we shrink this one, yep, this is what is happening. It's shrinking. But now what I want to do is I can grab this part here, element 1, and I'm just going to, let's first put this element 1, and I'm going to remove this background color from here, and I'm going to put it in element 1. So let's see what happened. Nice. The other ones are invisible, but it's not because they have the writing color of the text is invisible because it's same as the background. Maybe it's FFF. Very good. That's a white color. Now it's a different story. And I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's change this one to 2. Let's change this one to 3, 4. Sorry, before we start, we have to do something. That's why it's going to take us. So now they will need to have all same styles. But let's copy this one. Put it there. Save it. Yep. So you can go front and back. Very good. They have a very nice colors. Use them. Oops, oh, I shouldn't do that. I have to wait now. I'm sorry, guys. So let's go here. Let's go here. Reef. I need reef. Very good. Let's go back again. Let's go this one, and I want this one. So you can choose any colors. And after that, we can play with this. So nice, vibrant. We have the container. We we have what we need. So let's talk about Flexbox, right? So in order to start Flexbox, we need to define something here in the container. So that's why it's very useful that we need to know which is the container, right? This is the container. So if we want to start Flexbox, the first one what we need to do is just to start typing display and set to flex. Now if I save, this will happen. Why this is happening? Because the height is fixed in the stretching. We're going to change the height, and now we're going to make the height according to our elements. Now it's a different story, and everything is side by side. You can see that display flex is side by side. So in this flex main container, the items are nested inside, right? And that's why we need to start display flex. Also, we need to know now, this is a flex start here, and this is a flex end on the other side. That's what you need to know. Also, you need to know there are two main axes here. The one is horizontal, main axis, starts from left, goes to right. So from left to right, main axis. And we can control this behavior of the content with gaps between items horizontally by the main axis using justify properties. So we use justify properties on the main axis, and there is a cross axis vertically from top to bottom, and that one is called cross axis. Right? So we have two. Now because we have cross axis, we know that the main axis is from left to right, and cross axis is a vertical. We can use a vertical to align, to use the align property. So main axis, just started here. I'm just going to put it like this. Main axis is for horizontal, and that we can apply justify. You will understand in a minute. And this is from left to right. From left to right. And the other one is vertically, from top to vertically. And that we can apply align items, align properties there. And so this is the vertical, right? Now, what we can do here is, because we already styled this container, we already have what we need. So we can, and also the name of this is main axis, right? Like this. And the other one is cross axis. Before I forgot. And yeah, I don't want to have bad critics about that one. It's nothing major, something that we need to, cover, but that's what it is at this moment. So what we can do here, we can apply some flex properties. Display flex puts all of the items side by side. Now what we can do here is very interesting. We can try something like, we can use flex direction. Flex direction. And we're going to talk about this flex direction. And let's put it as what? As a row first. And if I save it, nothing will change because this by default, the flex direction is row. But what we can change is we can reverse this direction. The reverse means flex direction, a row, and the name it tells you reverse. So what it will do, it will, yeah, and it's, I'm in the wrong place actually, guys. That's why it's not working. It should be in the container. So if I put it here, flex direction, if I refresh now, nothing should change. And because it was nothing changed, I was thinking I'm in the right. So it should be in the container, not in the container elements, right? Because we're going to apply some things here. And by doing this, flex direction is set to row, and that is by default, right? But what we can do is we can change that flex direction very easily by row reverse, and you will see what will happen. Now, the items will start from the right to the left and starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how we're going to reverse the order of the items. Very cool. You're not going to use that one now. So you need to know also that there is a flex direction set to column, and that will do, it will bring us to the normal state, to the first state where they were before, right? And also starting from top to bottom. And also we can reverse this one as well, called column reverse. Let's save it, and it will start from the bottom. It's going top, from bottom to top. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have the numbers correct. So that's what you need to know about the directions and flow direction. So to also we can change a lot of things here. If we have more items, let's first reverse. Let's first comment this one and leave it like this. If you don't leave it with flex direction row, everything will be pretty much same. It will not change. So if I put here the comment, for example, this one, if I put it here and I close it, I need to close it actually. Now it's not going to change much, but I'm going to leave it as a flex direction row. So you know now how to organize your elements by this axis from left to right. And the other one, what we can do, I think this is enough for this lecture, but also what we can do, I can just show you is how you can justify the content by the main axis, right? I can show you how to justify the content because this one is main axis from left to right is used for justifying the content. So what we can do here is we can say justify content, and we can put this, we can put this one, for example, center. And now all the items should be moved horizontally and placed in the center. That's very nice. Another awesome trick that we can do, so here there is a space here that is applied, and the same space is given here from the left and right of the elements. But if we don't want to do this, there's a couple of justify properties that we can use. So here we can use justify content and use space around. So see, there are a couple of different. I'm just going to comment this one. So space around means it will give space between items inside the container. So here there is a space, and here there is a space. So it means that it gives the actual same space on the both sides of the container. But when you see this, it's actually having, and even we can shrink it and see that space, it's less and less. And we will learn how to fix that part, right? Because now it's used justify content to space around them. Another one, very useful or very similar, is justify content space evenly. This will evenly distribute the space between the elements. Now this part here is same as this part, same as this part, and if we shrink, it shrinks equally on every side of the element. So that space evenly. Another one we can use is justify content space around. Space between, around we used. space between. So I'm gonna refresh now. So space between, you can see that in the first element and the last element, the space is very, very much smaller than the space around these elements. So space around, it's very good when you use all of this, when you want to apply this kind of layout, and it puts the element, for example, when you space around equally on the left and the right of this one. So this space around is equal. Space between this, it's equal. So here, this one from left to right is equal to this one. So that's about justified content. So you learn how to use display flex. That's the first starting. And the flex direction is from left to right, and flex direction is set to row by default. If you use column, it will go from top to bottom. And you know how now to reverse the direction. So there are two main axes. That's the main point, from left to right. And there is a one vertically from top to bottom. That's called cross axis. This one is the main axis. What else you need? This is a flex start. This is a flex end. And there is a container that we can put the flex properties, and inside the elements are called items or container items. So that's pretty much it for this lecture. I hope you enjoy this one. We will, in the next one, we will continue working with Flexbox.